Mauricio Pochettino has been handed a positive Chelsea fitness update as a welcome change to the issues that have plagued the Blues at the start of the 2023-24 season. Numerous senior stars have picked up minor and major injuries over the last few months, with that list headed up by Marquis Summers signing Christopher Nkunku. The Frenchman reached a pre-contract agreement towards the end of 2022 to join Chelsea from RB Leipzig for £52 million, although he is still yet to make his competitive debut for his new club. That is because he picked up a serious knee injury in a friendly against Borussia Dortmund just 10 days before the new season commenced. With Nkunku out injured and expected to return in late 2023, although possibly earlier following his latest update, that Chelsea quartet will be needed desperately over the next few months as Chelsea prepare for a tough fixture run-in. However, there will be a slight cause for concern for Pochettino, as all four have been fitness doubts in recent weeks. Following his goal against Fulham, Mudryk picked up a minor quad knock while Sterling was named on the bench for that game after dealing with a virus. Broja is coming back from a long-term knee injury, with his involvement for Albania over the international break now in doubt, while Palmer has been unfortunate to hobble off for the second game running. Chelsea have been given a major incentive to revisit a move for Ryan Cherki in the January transfer window, despite Noni Maduk's masterclass for the England under-21s on Thursday night. The Olympique Lyonnais star was heavily linked with a switch to Stamford Bridge in the summer, with Mauricio Pochettino eager to further bolster his front line. Football.London understands that the Blues boss wanted to sign somebody who can play as both as right winger and as an attacking midfielder, so Michael Ollis was identified as a primary target. It said that Chelsea were once confident of securing the 21-year-old's signature, verbally agreeing personal terms before proceeding to pay his release clause. However, a deal collapsed after he committed his long-term future to Crystal Palace instead. The West Londoners quickly turned their attention to Cole Palmer on deadline day, but it's thought that Cherki was once considered as a potential option earlier in the window. In fact, Chelsea sent scouts to watch the Lion playmaker on several occasions last season, where they also monitored the progress of Malo Gusto, who was signed in January. While the French outfit have suffered a dreadful start to the League One campaign, Cherki has continued to showcase his class. According to data from Opta, the Frenchman is one of the most effective creators in Europe's top 5 leagues aged under 25. As pictured below, Cherki averages more progressive carries and creates more shot-creating action from open play than the likes of Bukayo Saka, Rodrigo, and Phil Foden. Chelsea have reportedly added Napoli striker Victor Osimhen to their list of potential transfer targets in the January transfer window. The Blues are still looking for reinforcements despite signing Nicholas Jackson for £30 million in the summer, while Armando Broja is also returning to full fitness. Osimhen's future at Napoli was thrown into doubt last month following controversy on the club's TikTok account. Chelsea have reportedly added Napoli striker Victor Osimhen to their list of potential transfer targets in the January transfer window. The Blues are still looking for reinforcements despite signing Nicholas Jackson for £30 million in the summer, while Armando Broja is also returning to full fitness. Osimhen's future at Napoli was thrown into doubt last month following controversy on the club's TikTok account. The striker was the subject of 2 offensive clips shared on the social networking app, the first of which was clearly mocking him for missing a penalty late last month. The second person then called him a coconut and was branded a racist slur. His agent threatened to take the Serie A side to court following the incident, and Napoli responded by insisting no offense was intended, although did not apologize. Napoli's social media manager has since resigned. According to ESPN, Chelsea wants to pursue a deal to buy the unstable striker in January. Osimhen's signing would be a significant boost to Chelsea's striker options after he scored 26 goals for Napoli last season to inspire the club to Serie A glory. Eden Hazard announced that he would be retiring from football on Instagram earlier this week. West Ham first-team coach Kevin Nolan has offered Eden Hazard the opportunity to have a trial at the London side, despite the winger announcing his retirement on Tuesday. The ex-Chelsea star revealed on social media that he had been forced to hang up his boots and listen to his body, though many believe that he has plenty to offer on the pitch if he was able to get himself up to speed. After writing himself into the history books in the Premier League, Hazard struggled for both form and fitness at Real Madrid. Over the course of 4 years at the Santiago Bernabeu, the Belgium international never truly made an impact at the club and left many confused as to why he didn't leave sooner and get his career back on track. West Ham coach Nolan is among those to show an interest in potentially throwing Hazard a lifeline just 24 hours after his retirement post, telling TalkSport, "I'd have the Hazard of Chelsea at West Ham, yeah. I'm sure if he wanted to come and trial weed, I'd certainly be willing to. I don't know about the gaffer, David Moyes. But I'd certainly want to trial him. Some of the best years in the Premier League he's been part of, and some of the best goals. It's sad that at 32 he's decided to bow out, in all honesty, because I believe someone of his caliber of play could play at the top level for plenty more years." Albania manager Silvinho has issued a fresh injury update on Armando Broja. The Chelsea striker ruptured the anterior cruciate ligament in his right knee during a mid-season friendly against Aston Villa last year, and he's recently returned to action after a lengthy spell on the sidelines. Broja marked his return from the treatment room with a goal against Fulham. After impressing at Craven Cottage in Nicholas Jackson's absence, he was granted a successive start in the Premier League against Burnley just before the international break. While the 22-year-old has been a welcomed addition to Mauricio Pochettino's armory, he's clearly still in the process of building his match fitness. Nevertheless, he was called up to the Albania squad ahead of a crucial European Championship qualifier against the Czech Republic and a friendly with Bulgaria. However, after just 2 days with his fellow countrymen, Silvinho confirmed that Broja has returned to Cobham training ground. As quoted by Newsport, the Albania boss said, "As for Broja, I have to give bad news. He was with the team for only 2 days. After consulting with our doctors and Chelsea's, he can't make it. He won't be ready for tomorrow. We have other players to evaluate. Jasula is ready to play." Earlier this month, Pochettino claimed Broja's goal against Fulham could be the start of something good. The 51-year-old said, "The best players, the best coaches, always you need in some points these things, little sparks, that change the present and build a better future. I hope that it was a signal." Chelsea captain Reece James is nearing a return from injury and could return to action against Arsenal after the October international break. The right-back has been sidelined with a hamstring problem sustained in the Blues' 1-1 draw at home to Liverpool on the opening weekend of the Premier League season. Mauricio Pochettino's side looked promising in that stalemate with the Reds, but they have since won just once in the Premier League. Chelsea have dropped to 14th place, having picked up 5 points from their opening 6 games, while Pochettino has had to contend with plenty of injuries early on in his tenure at Stamford Bridge. However, the Daily Mail report that he will soon be boosted by the return of James, who is stepping up his recovery from his hamstring strain. Though it is unlikely that he will return prior to the October internationals, it is believed that James could make his comeback on October 21st when Chelsea welcome Arsenal to West London. That match will be Chelsea's first back at Stamford Bridge following 2 successive away games in the Premier League ahead of the international break. Pochettino takes his men over to rivals Fulham on October 2nd, before they travel to Burnley the following weekend. Though James has not played in over a month, he has been charged by the FA for verbally abusing a match official in the tumult following Chelsea's 1-0 loss at home to Aston Villa on Sunday.